Thanks for joining me in this one. Hopefully you've installed KTL now into your Knack application and will be familiar and have seen the configurator, which is here. If not, please check out the previous videos. So in the last video we added in the user filters, which enabled people to be able to set up their own custom filter buttons on a table, which lots of my clients have found really useful. In this video we're going to look at the other side of KTL, which is to do with the keywords, and as mentioned in a previous video there are lots of keywords, but I just want to show you how they work and how you put them in. So the two I'm going to look at in this video is auto refresh and review, and there's a bit of information here about it. Norman's already done a video tutorial some time ago showing that how it works, but it will refresh a view on periodically based on a certain amount of seconds. So in this case n seconds, so in here you'd put like 5 seconds. As an if admitted, it defaults to 60 seconds, so you could use just auto refresh. Now the key part of this for the keyword, ironically, is the underscore. So all of the keywords start with an underscore, and that signifies that it is a keyword in KTL, and the keyword won't show anywhere in the application. It's very clever. I wish I understood it, but that's how it works. So in this case we're going to use the auto refresh, and the other one we're going to use is timestamp, which is TS, and there it is, timestamp. So timestamp does have a couple of parameters, but we're just going to use it as a straightforward timestamp. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go into my Knack application, go to pages, and I'm going to use the same table as I did before where we had the filters on. So the keywords, really simple. You just go back to the settings where you can add your description and title. So typically this is the title of the page, so client table is here, and then you would have a description. So if I put this is the description, that will show in the live preview, and here, if I spelt it right, description, and obviously that will show in the live application. Your keywords, I tend to put them all in here, so if you put it on a separate line, and then if I put on here underscore TS for timestamp, and underneath that I put underscore AR equals 10, which is 10 seconds, and then I'll save it. Now it shows here in the preview, back in the builder, so it says TS and AR equals 10, but if I go into the live app and do a refresh, because it has the underscore and it's on a separate line, it doesn't get rendered into the live app view. So you can see here we had this is a description, but underneath we put the two keywords, and one of the keywords was timestamp, and this timestamp is changing every 10 seconds based on the fact that the table beneath, the client's table, is being refreshed every 10 seconds. So that again should change in a second. There you go. So 16:26:07, and once again in 10 seconds time that will change when it gets to 17 seconds. But the table doesn't refresh the whole page, it's just refreshing the data. So to kind of bring that to life, if I show you here, we've got Julie Foster, record number 103, declined. And if you was to change this here to pending, there are some display rules which change it from red to amber. And if I change it back to approved, it doesn't have any color at all, it just goes back to white. So I'm going to go find record 103, and in the builder I'm going to change it to declined, and go into here, into my records, and I'm going to drag this off into here and see if I can do this. Come to the top, client, just make this a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing. 106, 104, 103, and status is currently approved, which is correct, it's approved. So I'm going to change this in the builder, and I change it to declined. And I won't touch the live app, but I'm just going to move my mouse over to here and hover on here and wait for a few seconds. And when it gets to the 10-second mark, that timestamp will refresh as it has done, and it's changed to declined. So it's refreshing every 10 seconds without having to press the refresh or do a reload on your page. So this is really useful for kind of static dashboards or people that don't tend to navigate away from the page, but obviously relying on the data being up to date on a regular basis. Now I have found that typically I wouldn't really recommend going any lower on the auto refresh than say 5 seconds, because I think it's, I'm not sure how it works, but I think it's obviously making a call to Knack through the API, I'm guessing. if you tried it to 1 second, it just doesn't work. And really, realistically, I don't think things need to be refreshed every second. But if you wanted that every 30 seconds, you just do underscore AR equals 30, or if you wanted it every 2 minutes, that's 120, and you get the gist. Just put the amount of seconds in, and it'll automatically refresh. The good thing is that it won't affect if someone's searching in the keyword box. With KTL, when you click into the key search by keyword box, it won't re-render the table whilst someone's typing in a search term, which I had some code before and it did. So someone was halfway through typing someone's name or looking for something, the page would refresh in the background and it would reset the keyword. Well, KTL is very intelligent. It doesn't do that. It auto pauses the refresh whilst someone's searching by keyword. So yeah, really super easy feature to do using 2 keywords. So that's auto refresh and the timestamp. And say there are extra permutations to the timestamp, and Norman's currently building that out. So you can add a day component and a date and month, but that obviously gets a little bit complicated because we've got US date formats and UK date formats. So that's kind of being worked on, but we'll circle back once that's released. And once again, if you haven't already signed up to GitHub, if you do, then you'll be able to subscribe to the changelogs by subscribing here, and you'll then get notifications of updates. So that's another good reason to subscribe. So that's that in this video. So please join me in the next one. We'll be looking at more keywords.